Warning! This video was created by jaded MIT first-year graduate students. The opinions expressed here are exaggerated. Slightly. Meet Stan. Stan is about to graduate from college and wants to go to graduate school. Stan's 4.0 GPA, 12 published papers, and perfect GRE scores make him a shoo-in for MIT. He has dreamed of becoming an MIT chemical engineer since he was a boy. That's a pretty weird dream, Stan. You really need to get your priorities straight. Chemical engineering? You didn't have many friends as a kid, did you? Stan filled out his application for MIT over break, but unfortunately made the mistake of having his dyslexic mother address and mail the envelopes. So, instead of applying to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Stan applied to the Massachusetts Technology Institute, or MTI, located across the Charles River from MIT. Since Stan didn't apply to any other graduate schools, he was forced to visit the only one that accepted him, MTI. This video chronicles his visit.
Oh boy. Well, it looks like I'm going to sit in on some classes today. Let's check the agenda. What's first? Looks like it's numerical methods with Professor Red. I can't wait. Let's go.
And so you see, class, the BFGS method is really simple. All we do is construct this fake function and then use it to solve for the real one. Are there any questions?
Professor Red, won't this cause error in our minimization?
Great question. Well, the error generated using this erroneous error-filled error bag never exceeds the maximum error generated using the erroneous error-filled technique that Newton designed, or, as I like to call it, the Newton error tech error-nique. Does that answer your question?
Perfectly, thank you.
Great.
Wow, I love how he enunciates the word error. If God himself were to say the word, he would say it just like Professor Red.
Well, class, I didn't have too much free time last night, but I did manage to come up with this little drawing for you.
Ooh, so beautiful!
Today we're going to spend time creating a function that travels from this point on the caribou's antler and finds the global minimum of the surrounding valleys, which is here. But we need to make sure we don't get stuck in a local minimum like here.
Marvelous!
Yes.
Wow, that was awesome. I loved how neat his writing was and his diction, flawless. If the way he talked were like a second order PDE with convection and diffusion, there'd be nothing stiff about it. Well, looks like it's time for another class. What's next? Looks like it's thermodynamics with Professors Salmon and Thaler. Let's check this out.
Alright class, today we're going to have a double lecture. I'm going to start off with some statistical mechanics, and then Professor Thaler is going to start talking about more thermodynamics related concepts. Settle down. Alright, let's start off with some mean field theory and Ising model. Now the Ising model is a model of magnetization where we assume that all the electron spins can be considered. And so that's magnetization. Are there any questions?
Does mean field theory use Ising models? Oh, and what's the second Legendre transform of the fundamental equation? What is magnetization? Can we ignore fluctuations?
How many career hits did Pete Rose have?
Yes, G, aligned electron spin, yes, in 4,256. Are there any other questions? Well, if there are no other questions, then I'll let Professor Thaler talk about some exercise.
Well, today we'll be covering exergy. Since everyone has such a great understanding of the material, let's answer some questions. First, who can express the partial derivative of entropy with respect to pressure, keeping temperature and number of moles constant?
Professor, is it extensive or intensive?
I can't fool you guys. Must have done some serious thermo in undergrad. It's extensive.
Alright, well, the correct answer is the partial derivative of the extensive volume with respect to temperature while keeping the pressure and number of moles constant. Is that right?
Exactly. Alright, who wants to answer the next question?
Wow, that was amazing. I can't believe how flawlessly Professor Salmon answered all those questions. That guy didn't even miss a beat, man. And everyone loves Professor Fielder's book. I can't believe how enthusiastic the students here are. It all seems like they have a very thorough understanding of thermodynamics. I love MTI. What an amazing place this is. It's almost as if this were a dream.
Stan, wake up.
I just had the most amazing dream. And you were there, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there too.
Well, I can't hear you.
What? What?
Talk in the mic, talk in the mic.
Have you even finished your icing model yet?
You still have quotient for electrolytes?
Have you minimized the error function?
What the confirmation
No,
error?
Unit quiet by tomorrow.
Error.
Do unit quiet.
Error.